Alright, welcome back, Weather Kingdom. In this update, we're doing a nighttime update on this potential, more likely actually snowstorm going to take place across the Northeast and upper Midwest. It is looking more and more likely that we could be talking about some significant snow and very cold weather for the northern tier of the United States going into the new work week. So, I would like to talk about here about the snowfall totals, the temperatures. If you guys are new to the channel, please like, please subscribe. Today, we are trying to get as many people involved and engaged with the weather, and we are trying to make a good stream here. So, let's start adding people. Let's get people on here. It would be very lovely if we could. Alright, I'm quickly just getting some things together, you guys. I hope everybody's having a great night. Okay, I wonder what that is. So, join this channel. I'm already in the channel. Unlock members. Alright, so we're going to send a few out. Alright, if you guys are new, please let's get some people in here. Hey, Carlos. I hope you guys are having a great night. Some of my members on my YouTube channel, hopefully you guys get the gift membership. I'm trying to give it to you guys. We're going to be putting some clips of snowboarding and shorts on there of the unseen footage. Okay, so give me a second. I'm getting some things ready involved here. We are going to be taking a look at this latest winter storm. I mean, look at this, you guys. Towards with the NAM. We got an interesting event up here that's going to be unfolding. Two clippers that has trended closer and closer and could be bringing a monster lake effect snowstorm across the Great Lakes regions. And when I mean monster storm, I'm talking about monster. Hey, hello, nice to see you. How are you guys? Thank you for the membership. Yes, no problem. I hope you guys enjoy the membership and stuff like that. So we're going to be taking a look at some of the snowfall totals. If you guys are new to the channel, please like, please subscribe. Today we have hit 1270 of subscribers. We're trying to get to 1,300 subscribers. Hope you guys are having a great night. This is a end of the week, early next week storm system. And if you guys are new, please like, please share this with your friends and family. Let's get a poll. If we could get 50 people watching, let's do it, you guys. Let's do it. I am looking forward to that. If you guys are new, please like, please subscribe. That would be awesome. Thank you for everybody already tuning into the channel. Alright. If you guys are all here, you know how we get more people involved? Sharing this with other people across social media and also liking the video. Hey, Weather Kingdom, very cold in New York City now. Yes, I did tell you, Michelle, it is going to be very cold. There's no snow yet. But that could change next week with some flurries and some snow showers, I do believe. Alright. I really hope everybody's enjoying. We already got 9 people here. Let's keep liking. Let's get 50 people here. Alright, you guys. If we can hit 50 viewers tonight, that will mean the world to me. That would be a great... Let's make it like hurricane season. Let's do it. Weather Kingdom people that has been in here since day one. You guys know what I'm talking about. Let's do it. And you guys know, you guys did it in hurricane season by bringing the population in the community into the channel. And I'm going to be talking about the weather in just a minute. But I'm really just trying to hype this one up and get some people engaged with it. That I'm not talking... Oh, man. I'm sorry about that. I only could receive once a month. I'm so sorry. Oh, thank you. All right. How is everybody doing tonight? How is everybody doing? So let's start doing this here. Let's get the people engaged here. We already got quite a few people here. I'm going to be talking. I'm going to be watching the chat board. So if you guys have any questions, feel free. Hoping that you guys like it. Yeah, and thank you. So, look, this is the latest NAM, and let's just look into parts by parts. So what's going on here? First off, we're talking about a system down here. All right, we got a little coastal storm that's going to be merging with another front. That's going to be bringing some good snow. Another potential winter blast across the southern tier of the mid-Atlantic. So they continue to get their snow. They're already on their second snowstorm. Pretty crazy to believe, right? We're also looking at two clippers here that's going to be merging into one. The second one behind here is the strong one. This is the one you guys need to look out for. This is where the bigger totals and really cold air is coming. Dennis, nice to see you. Good. I'm hoping you are doing good in this chat. If you're new, please like, please share. You know, it means a lot to me, you guys. It really does. But we got two clipper systems. This is going to be a bit of lake effect and winds across here. But this is a very interesting pattern. It's a very active pattern here in the next couple days. And then as we watch the NAM, look at this, you guys. We get two pieces that kind of merge. This one stays very strong. We're talking about a 988 millibar low pressure. A very strong low pressure here. And also, this one kind of merges with this one. You kind of see it right here. These two kind of merge in together, and we get some very good lake effect snow. I just hope that New York City and Long Island can get some snow. Yep, I don't blame you. I'm going to be honest. I don't blame you. I hope you guys do too. You guys been really lucked out lately. I've been doing good. Thanks for asking. Yeah, no problem. Share, like the stream. Let's get more people engaged. That's how we're going to do tonight. You know how it is. You know how it is, Weather Kingdom. Let's do it. Let's just crush it in. We already got 6 views. Let's get 20 likes tonight. I believe we could do it. All right. I really do. Let's share this with other people. Let's get more people engaged. You guys know the show. All right. So this is that snow event. We're going to look in closer view, but I want to give you guys an overall what we are looking at. So if you guys are just tuning in, we're looking at this winter storm that's going to be in for the mid-Atlantic. The second one of the December, already the second one in the season, and then two very powerful clipper systems. Second one stronger, and basically that merges into a powerhouse event here. And with the latest NAM, it has a 983 millibar storm going right into the Great Lakes. And when I mean powerful, this is definitely a possibility here. How about Iowa snowstorm for Tuesday? We will be taking a look at that. And it actually strengthens now with the latest NAM. And, you know, the model really strengthens it here into a powerhouse, okay? Iowa. Let's take a look at the Iowa region here. And give me 1 second. I'm just getting that all set up. Okay, so let's look at this. Let's go into here. So Iowa. Okay, so you just had a question about Iowa. Let's go into here. You are about near Davenport. So you are in this region here, pretty much, just to the west of Chicago. You're about in this area, right? You're around there. Let's take a look. So this is for your tonight. Some snow showers will go through. Most of it is to the north. Yeah, this one really misses you guys. if you're in Iowa, if anything, you're in the warmer part of the storm, and you guys are going to be expecting more of a rain. So if you're seeing this, Dennis, don't worry. Yes, no problem. Would you like to join? Alright, how's everybody doing tonight? You guys, we hit 10 views. We are 40 away. Let's get at least up to 40 views. Alright, let's do it. Alright. Oh, shoot. I did not mean to do that. Let me get that here. We're going to move that over here. Don't switch. Okay, we're going to get that one over here. Let's get this. So if you're in Iowa, I'm not expecting too much snow. Maybe some snow showers on the outside viewing area of there. Sorry about that. I'm just getting some things set up in the behind scenes that we can get a streamer in here. So just give me 1 second. All right.
Hey, Weather Kingdom.
Hello. We are live, and if you would like to introduce yourself, some of the viewers already know you, but if you would like to say welcome yourself in, feel free to.
Okay. Hey guys. My name is Benjamin. Benjamin Davis. Y'all see on my YouTube channel. I'm a student meteorologist. Currently, I'm a year 2. College at OU, so basically I'm here helping him out. So yeah, I'm here. If y'all got any questions for Weather Kingdom, and I will go over that. And Weather Kingdom, I'm telling you, these models look interesting.
I know the latest it's looking a little bit interesting, and I've noticed a trend this year so far with this winter is these systems right before they form and about to. They gain a little bit more strength, and they're dropping heavier totals, and they're more surprise systems. Have you noticed that?
Yeah. Yes, I have.
I was just bringing up, I just started the stream, about, we're talking about another snowstorm now for the Mid-Atlantic. It has continued to trend in a bigger totals, and it's pretty crazy. The Mid-Atlantic is seeing more snow than New York. I mean, very impressive. Yeah. Pattern here. If you guys are in the Mid-Atlantic regions, you guys are probably like, okay, I was not expecting this much snow already going on. All right.
Yeah.
But clearly we're going to be talking about this snow event, and then the models have trended to a more of a robust, powerful 982 millibar lake effect snowstorm. And I would even call this a snowstorm. I mean, the NAM has really went off to go with a full-on lake effect snowstorm. I mean, look at this here with the NAM, you guys. Very impressive. Continue to trend more south. And this honestly could end up being not just a lake effect snowstorm, but this could drop some crazy totals, you guys. I want you guys to take a look on tropical tips. I like using the COD. It goes in shorter frames. But look at this, you guys. How powerful. It actually now strengthens. It's a much stronger. It's more heavier. And you're talking about some very robust winds here. We're talking about 50 to potentially even 60 mile an hour winds in this system. But this is not the only system we're talking about, you guys. We're talking about more systems. I know... if you guys give me your guys' regions and areas, I can definitely do the weather forecast for you. Also, Benjamin can. He would like to enjoy that. But look at this, you guys. Things have trended more and more. And I'm telling you, we're going to, this is the storm. It's going to start forming tomorrow. And really, it looks like nothing. It just looks like a strip of band of snow, right? This is going to be for North Dakota. You're going to start getting your flurries and stuff. But throughout the day, do you know how to read the timing on this weather page? It's a little annoying.
Yes, I can.
What time is this?
0Z is the 0 Z is about the 10:30, 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock time frame. 6 Z is about 2 a.m. in the morning.
Okay.
And then you got 12 Z around 12.
Yeah, so this is 15 Z at this current time. What time is that for tomorrow, if I may ask? Is that like afternoon?
Yeah, that's like...
That's around like
12:30, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, I think.
Yeah, let me use this quickly. I'll help this out here. Thank you, guys. We have 13 people here. Can the snowstorm give New York and Long Island get some snow from it if it keeps going south?
Yeah.
It is possible. And I would say flurries. I wouldn't say accumulations just yet, but some snow flurries, maybe a snow squall or two. It's going to be very interesting.
Yeah.
If you guys are just tuning in, we're talking about some very interesting heavy snowfall that we're going to be taking a look at.
Yeah.
If you would like to help out with the chat, if anyone has questions, feel free to. So that's about actually at the 15-hour mark is actually about 10 in the morning. So I don't.
Yeah.
So this is about 10 in the morning tomorrow. You're getting that snow to begin here. And then you kind of see this band of strip of snow kind of get a little bit bigger. You're talking about a little bit more wider. This is for North Dakota. And this is where we could start talking about maybe a dusting to a coating to an inch here in the stream. You guys, our goal tonight is to get to 50 views, also 20 likes. So if you guys are just tuning in, okay, yay, a chance. Yes. If you guys are just tuning in, we are talking about all the snow. All right. Get the stream up to 50. Let's do it. Let's do this like hurricane season. Yeah. If you guys hear from hurricane season, let's bring the hurricane lovers into it. Gabby, what do you think the forecast in the winter will be for Raleigh, North Carolina? I do believe you guys are going to get some snow. It's going to be, so far, I think in the beginning, it's going to be colder. And with the pattern we're going to be taking a look at, it's looking pretty decent. Near average to slightly below average temperatures, I would say. Snow-wise, I think you can get a few snow shots. I don't know if you guys are going to get a lot of snowstorms. But if a nor'easter happens, gets really digged in, and a classic bomb-out nor'easters from North Carolina to Maine, you could get a good amount of snow, or at least a little bit. I do think your winter might be a little bit better than last year, a little bit colder on the end here, okay? If you guys are just tuning in, we're kind of answering questions, areas. We just answered a Raleigh, North Carolina question. Do you have any thoughts yourself, Benjamin?
Yes, so I would say the Raleigh, North Carolina area is one of the areas we're going to have to keep an eye on for that rain transitioning over to snowfall, because that's going to be a key. What is the Raleigh and Durham areas going to look like as we head over into the mid-afternoon time frame? Because there could be a couple of instances where that heavier snowfall could move north, and some of that warmer air from the Atlantic cuts into some of those totals of the Raleigh, North Carolina area. Not saying that it's going to happen, but what I'm looking at model data currently, I am seeing that the HER and the NAM are going back and forth on this. Now,
she's talking about overall with the winter, by the way.
What?
She's talking about the overall with the winter also.
Oh, so overall in the winter, I think the Mid-Atlantic Raleigh area has a good chance. I didn't know we were talking about that.
You're good.
So overall, I would say along the I-95 corridor, just south of Raleigh and Charlotte area, New York City up to Boston, that would probably be the best corridor for pretty good snowfall this season. By looking at it, we're heading into a week La Nina, so that week La Nina will get this act together. So I think Raleigh has a good chance, but it's going to come down to if we get the moisture in place or not. So.
All right, you guys, we're at 17 views. If you guys are just tuning in, we are talking about answering some questions and a bit of the snowstorms here. Let's do it. This is actually one of the best streams right now of the year, but we're continuing to talk about this. So this is about 1 p.m. tomorrow for North Dakota, okay? Let's go into the mid-afternoon. Things continue to worsen. We're talking about some heavier snow bands, a long-lasting snow. I think generally, if you're in the North Dakota region, I'm not expecting too much. I think a general, if you guys are in the path, it's about a half an inch to maybe an inch. Just a coating. I don't think it's really going to start adding up until you get into these regions here with the heavier snowfall. But I do think we're going to be talking about some pretty good snowfall from these regions. If you're in North Dakota, you guys are going to be getting like a dusting to a coating. I do not expect too much, but you can see on the northern tier a little bit more, maybe a few inches in the North Dakota. That says that low is a little bit longer. That's where the core of the low pressure is. And then we can kind of see this continue to evolve. As we go into about the 10 o'clock time frame tomorrow, we're talking about some pretty good snowfall. As we get into the Great Lakes regions, you're talking about a burst of snow and even some lake enhancement, you guys. Very interesting stuff. We're talking about some very interesting snowfall, and this actually really strengthens. And this gets, this is just one of the systems, okay? I'm sorry. I was thinking this was the second one. This is just the first one. And this one kind of goes through the Great Lakes, and it's a pretty good amount of lake effect snow. It's really going to kick off it. But this second one is where things are going to go off like crazy. This is a powerful one. You're talking about when it enters the United States, a 990 millibar low pressure. You're talking about a frontal end snow event. Very heavy, wet snow across North Dakota, the northern tier. If you guys are on the southern side of this low, we're talking about warmer temperatures and more in the wake of rain. Out in front of this, the NAM wants to show a little bit of freezing rain, wintry mix. I can see that. But this is a very powerful system, and this actually continues to strengthen. Very heavy snow. And this is a long-lasting snowstorm, you guys. And look at this as it deepens. It's going to continue to deepen. 987 millibars here. And, you know, by the end of this, I mean, this is by the whole end of this. And these two systems bring a whopping, probably a good 8 to 12 inches, to be honest with you guys. The NAM is about at 10, 11 inches in the hot spots. 13 inches also in the northern tier where the heaviest snowfall is. But you got a good swath with these two systems up to almost a solid 10 inches or more of snow. What's your opinions on this? As we're talking about the upper Midwest.
Yeah, so this second storm system, I really think that the second storm system that's coming off of this second clipper is catching my eye. Because what if we have a big corridor of heavy snowfall from the Great Lakes all the way up to like North Dakota, Minnesota. Now, I do agree with Weather Kingdom here. This area does have, North Dakota could get a coating to an inch, maybe 2 inches. But I don't know that for sure yet, so we'll keep an eye on that North Dakota area. And then I think the best area of snow will probably be around the Minneapolis area toward Eau Claire, Wisconsin. So.
Yeah, we're looking at the freezing rain right now. I do want to say, very interesting. You're talking about on the southern side of the snow, right where that line is mixing. You're talking about maybe up to a tenth of inch of ice, according to the NAM model. And also, I do want to do this quick thing for you. Let me quickly do that. Give me 1 second, everybody. I'm just fixing that. All right, good to go. If you guys are just tuning into the channel, let's get 20 likes. Let's get more people engaged with the weather. Let's do it. We're doing already pretty good tonight. I'm very happy. Thank you for everybody that's tuned in. You guys are awesome. Let's get more views. Let's get more likes. We hit 17 at the top tonight. Our goal is to get to 50 if you guys want it in the poll. So let's do it. Let's keep growing as a channel. And let's doing this. All right. Any questions as right now? If you guys are in the North Dakota regions, any questions? Do you guys want to have any questions? Also, I am sharing my screen if you would like to watch.
Yeah, I see it.
All right. But very interesting. But let's go into the Great Lakes. This is, yeah. This is a good one. We got one system. All right, this is for, let's go into the regions here. Ooh, this is the ugly, oh, wow. So this is about 32 hours out. This is about 3 in the morning on Tuesday. So 3 in the morning on Tuesday, you're looking at a burst of heavy snow across the Great Lakes, north of Chicago, Green Bay, also some of these areas. Do you know some of these areas? Would you like to call out some of the counties and cities in these areas?
Yes. I don't know the counties, but I can see the cities. You've got, I would say the biggest area for freezing rain. Let's start freezing rain here for a few more minutes. Let's start freezing rain first. So through Tuesday, I think you've got a pretty good swath of freezing rain, 1/10 of an inch to maybe 1/4 of an inch of ice, possibly. And could this uptrend a little bit? Possibly. But I'm keeping my eye on for here. Can I share my screen? Want to share my screen? Or not yet?
Yeah, I mean, sure, if you want to.
Okay, so
let me know when you can.
Can you circle the Fargo area, the Fargo, North Dakota area?
Can you share your screen?
Yeah, I'll share it. Yeah, let me share it.
So you guys, he's going to share the screen. He's going to talk a little bit about this. Give me 1 second. I'm going to get you on the air here. Okay, let me do this. Let's do this. Let him share the screen here, you guys. Let's go into bigger view. Yeah, so go ahead. Feel free to.
Okay, so guys, this is the 12Z Euro. Basically, this is the 12Z Euro. So the 12Z Euro has this large swath of freezing rain here from Minneapolis here all the way up to Fargo, North Dakota. Could this go all the way up toward Jamestown, North Dakota, and maybe over here? I forgot what this town is, but there's Grand Forks is right here. Here is Fargo right here. And then you've got Bismarck down here in the central part of the state. This is going to be my area I'm concerned for ice here across North Dakota and Minnesota. So just along and around that, the warm air line, so your warmer air. So that's probably going to be the area I'm concerned for ice here across the area. Does that match up with the GFS thoughts on this? Z? No, it doesn't. The GFS is a lot further south with this ice situation. You've got the icing situation here across this area here, and it's a lot further south toward Bismarck. South of Fargo and Grand Forks are now out of that ice situation. So, and then the Canadian model, just for
let's look at more of the Canadian model.
Yeah, so
because it's more of the
Canadian's a lot bullish on it. Have not looked at the NAM. Let me go ahead and look at that real quick. The 12Z NAM. I mean the 0Z NAM is a lot. It's got isolated areas of ice. Now I can go to the Great Lakes. Let me go to that. Mid-Atlantic, Great Lakes. So you can see, you've got the Great Lakes here. This is the corridor where the heaviest snowfall potential is likely. So you've got that part, taken care of. Now, where is the heaviest total setup? We don't know that yet. These models are going back and forth on who's seeing the heaviest snowfall total. This in contrary mode of the model here. Yes, you see 9-10 inches, but how much of that is rain? How much of that is, how much of this is ice as well, Could ice impact this? Yes, the ice totals can impact how much snow you're going to get up in there. So,
yes, I agree with you. So I do want to, I'm going to stop sharing your screen for a second. I do want to show them a little bit about here. So this is about 3 in the morning on Tuesday, right? Let me just finish up this part here quickly. And then we kind of see the snow continue. This is only one of the systems. But this is another one knocking on your doorstep. You're talking about some freezing rain for Chicago in the beginning of it before it changes to rain. Maybe even some heavier wintry precipitation down to the south. A good swath of snow if you're just north of Chicago. Could it trend a little bit more south where Chicago could get into something? Maybe, but it's getting closer to that time frame. But we still got a little bit of time, you guys. And it's been turning south. But this is a very powerful low. We're talking about 987 entering the Great Lakes. And this just continues to deepen rapidly, go right into Green Bay as a 985 millibar storm. If you guys are in Chicago, more of a rainy, windy setup. Northern tier, you're talking about some heavy, wet, windy conditions, snow going on, some even drifting snow. You got some of that lake effect really trying to enhance it, and that Arctic air. I heard it's supposed to be rain here in Chicago. Yes, I'm talking about it right now. Could the back end bring some spotty snowflakes? I do agree. It is possible. But look at this, you guys. This goes right into the Great Lakes region. It's more of a lake effect situation here. This is a 983 millibar low going right into the Great Lakes, you guys. Just really deepening a very powerful and strong low. And you're talking about this going right into northern tier, 983. You're talking about some very, very heavy lake effect snow here on the latest NAM. You're talking about for Erie. You're talking about western Pennsylvania, Ohio.
Yeah.
And also you notice is with the low here like this, close isobars, all right? Very close isobars. You're talking about at least 40 to 50 mile an hour winds, okay? This is about 60 hours out. This is about when the NAM should be done. Yeah, oh, wow. Okay, the NAM. Oh, my. Look at that one. Yeah, look at that storm right there. The NAM is in that, 981 millipar low, you guys.
That's crazy.
This is really trending. But look at all this lake effect. This will honestly be a snow event. This will be
like a big lake effect.
Probably the biggest lake effect snowstorm in a very long time. Look at this, you guys, on the NAM. A lot of strong winds, too. And let me show you guys some of the winds. Oh, wow. Look at that. That is really impressive. Look at the snow coming off the Great Lakes. You're talking about 50 miles an hour across of wind gusts. At least a swapping west wind to east of 50 mile an hour wind gusts on the southern side of this. This will mean for Chicago. Look at these winds. And this is a prolonged time frame, you guys. So very impressive. If you guys are in these areas, please be careful. Even in Chicago, I know you guys might be not talking about some major snow, but you're talking about some very, very strong winds going into the Great Lakes and even in the mid-Atlantic.
Yeah, I won't be surprised there's like 65, 70 mile per hour winds.
Yeah, look at that. That is that's a monster area of wind going right into this system, you guys. Very impressive. And look at that lake effect just screaming off the lakes here. Very powerful. This will be a very interesting setup. And this is only in the next few days, you guys. Into Wednesday. All right? Wednesday and Thursday. Look at that. Boom. And the total snowfall also, you're talking about a bit of snow. I mean, Chicago, it wants to say maybe a trace to a coating to a half an inch. All right? We'll see about that. But in the northern tier, like Green Bay, you're talking about up to 6 inches. A swath here of 4 to probably a solid 6 to 8 inches. I would go comfortable with on the northern tier. Some of these lake enhanced could bring up to 10, maybe even 12 inches in spots. Even for Lake Erie, just 60 hours in, you're already talking about 4 to 6 inches of snow. I don't know why I keep doing that, but that's very impressive. The NAM goes out a little bit longer, but look at that. You're talking about still some very, very heavy snow. You're talking about this low being a 982 millibar low. Going right into the Great Lakes. Powerful. Can you check Thursday for Iowa's winter storm? Thank you. Yes, I can. I already did for Iowa, but oh, this is the second system. My bad. Iowa. Okay. If you guys are in the Iowa region, this is about Iowa's about around here, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Like, Iowa's over there south of Minnesota. Go to your, No, you're in the wrong area.
Right here?
No, that's the northeast.
No. You watch my screen on the Discord.
Yes, you're correct. Yeah, yeah.
Around here. Okay.
Yes.
You're talking about some freezing rain for your area in your region. Probably some freezing rain in the beginning, but mostly rain once again. It's looking like a windswept rain. Maybe you get some back end snow around here. The model just wants to show maybe a coating to a dusting. Okay, nothing too much if you're in Iowa. Sorry about if you are looking for the snow, but it's just not it. All right. If you're in the Great Lakes, though, look at that one. You're talking about widespread in western Pennsylvania, solid 6 to 10 inches. Okay, some spots even probably more. If you're talking about northern to your northeast, look at that. Some of these Watertown areas, you're about 18 inches. Even for northern Mount Pocono. Some of the easy in the regions of the northeast. Big lake. Oh my goodness, why do I keep doing that? Big lake effect snow event, you guys. For sure. Look at that. Boom. Very strong winds also with that low. That's only one model. Believe it or not. That's the latest NAM. The latest HER doesn't get to that point just yet. It only gets to this point here. And it wants it really bombs this out to a 976 before the Great Lakes. That would be worrying going into the Great Lakes like this as a 976 still strengthening. How long are you going to be live for, Weather Kingdom? Probably for about another 30 minutes to an hour. All right. 30 minutes to an hour, probably. So if you are just tuning in and you need a break, you could come back. Feel free to. If you guys are tuning in, please like, please share. We are at 8 likes. We're at now 9. So let's get a few more, you guys. Let's do it. I know we can. All right. We got to about 17 views. Not bad. Best one so far. I'm not complaining. Let's get some more people engaged with the weather, though. You know, get some new subscribers also in the channel. If you're just tuning in, feel free. Let's get out to 1,300. Also, thank you for your new subscriber. We just had a brand new subscriber in the last few minutes, so thank you for that. Okay, I gotta go, but I will be back. Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. Don't feel afraid to come back. Alright. So, okay, I don't know why my weather page is glitching out like that. But, either way, we have to look at some other models.
Hey, Weather Game, I sent you a picture on for the Pacific Northwest of the rainfall totals through the next 84 hours out.
Okay, we'll take a look. Wow, that's a lot of, okay.
It's like 15 to 20 inches of rainfall in like 3 days over the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, don't worry. Is my chat board good? Okay, sounds good. We good.
Because every model is showing that.
Wow.
The short range models are.
That's a lot of rain. Alright, let's look at some other models here. This is the European. We're going to go through this a little bit more faster before we look at the other regions here. Let's take a look at that. Boom. Clipper system. Then our next one, not actually very strong. 986 already. Deepens down to a 985, 984. Not as robust, though. Still very strong winds. A little bit more to the north. Okay, it definitely tries here in the northeast here. Talking about a very powerful storm, too. 984, a little bit more south. And look at that. You get that snow. A little bit warmer on the Euro, though, I would say. But look at that. You get some snow and maybe a coating to an inch across northeast. And then that lake effect snow behind it. That's very interesting there.
Yeah. Hey, Weather Kingdom, I gotta hop off for a little bit, okay?
Are you good?
For a second. Alright.
Yeah.
I'll be back. Alright. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Yep, bye.
Alright. So, that was our lovely meteorology. He's actually going to school for it. So, hey, give him some love, you guys. He also has a YouTube channel. Let's look at the latest 18Z. The guy across northeast. Interior north, actually closer to the lakes. You're talking about maybe a coating to an inch or two, you guys, out of this system. All right. We're at 14 watching. If you guys are just tuning in, please like, please subscribe. Let's do it. Let's hit 20 likes tonight. That would be a great goal. Also, let's get up to, let's gain 5 more subscribers, you guys. Let's do it. I believe we can, all right? We're doing a great. We already hit 10 likes, so no, we did not. Let's get 1 more like, you guys. Let's get halfway to our goal here right now, all right? I really appreciate everybody for watching, okay? Look at that. Some of these lakes regions here. Some very interesting stuff, okay? The European to the end wants to show another clipper system, some snow showers, some snow bands here. That's very interesting. Oh, wow. What a storm. What a storm we're going to be looking at. Look at the latest FV3. A little bit on the warmer side, but you still got a very powerful low here. Very powerful, actually. 985. Look at that robust system. Northeast on this one wants to get maybe a few more snow flurries into Chicago. This is just another model. When we take a look at the total snowfall, you're talking about a swath of pretty much north of Chicago into the Green Bay regions. A solid, I would say, 6 to 10 inches. Up in the upper Midwest, and then parts of the Great Lakes, a little bit less. Could be even some more. We'll have to wait and see. This still a little bit on the far outside, but we are going to have to wait and see. Okay? Let's go with the R-Gem here. This is another great model I would like to take a look at. And this is through 30. Okay, it's not out fully yet. Let's take a look at the icons still coming in. We got the GFS to look at for now. Also, we got that Southern Snowstorm 2 we are going to be taking a look at. And then GFS here. The long range looking good if you're a snow lover. Our one system, our second, this one's a little bit weaker on the GFS. But that goes right through the Great Lakes, a bit more robust in each run. And you're talking some heavier snowfall totals across Pennsylvania, upstate New York, Ohio, even Chicago on the GFS show. You guys getting maybe a coating to an inch, okay? And then also you're talking about this going right into the Northeast with some gusty winds and some snowfall, all right? After that, you got another clipper system, more to the south. That one can actually trend a little bit to the north. And believe it or not, if you guys are in Chicago, Ohio, you could get another strip of snow here too around the 11th. We'll have to wait and see if that happens. If you guys have any questions, feel free to join. If you guys are new to the channel, please like and subscribe. And then this one goes through the Ohio regions and then kind of fizzle ways near the Appalachian Mountains. And then we got another little Alberta, a piece of the Alberta clipper that goes to the Great Lakes, a little bit of a lake effect snow event. Once again, through the 13th, very cold air, and then look at that. The model shows a bit of a nor'easter trying. I've been talking about this. I talked about it last night. The model is trying to spit out a almost complete negative tilt to trough. If it was about here, it would have bombed out, but it's a little bit to the south. Another mid-Atlantic snowstorm. Take it with a grain of salt. It's still 6 to 8 days out. And then, boom, it goes up the East Coast. It definitely tries to bomb out, but it's just the pattern's too aggressive. And we're talking about another polar outbreak and then even another polar outbreak towards the end here on the 18Z. When we're taking a look at the temperatures, you guys, it is looking very cold, very snowy in the most of the regions. So, let's go into the upper Midwest. Okay, I think there's a good part here. You're talking about North Dakota. All right, let's go into now. Okay, you're talking negative single digits. If you're in Chicago, you're talking about I'm in the 20s. Okay, very impressive. We'll have to wait and see. All right, give me 1 second. Sorry, you guys. I'm just quickly doing my stuff here on the sidelines. This is through tonight, today, and then tonight. Look at that. Around 7 p.m., look at the single digits. Chicago, you're talking about single digits already. And then throughout tonight, some negative temperatures. Very cold waking up. Actually warms up a bit overnight. And then this continues to move on. Another little Arctic outbreak. And then boom. You're talking about for the 10th here. Another little blast of Arctic air. And then big one, December 12th. You're talking about negative 15 or more across the North Dakota, South Dakota, on parts of Chicago regions. And look at that. GFS just even colder. It's been trending colder of that polar air. Very impressive with that stronger system. You're talking potentially negative 40 degrees in here, you guys. And that's not even with wind chills. Wind chills probably near negative 40. Okay, negative 40, negative 50-degree wind chills. Also, all through the Great Lakes, you guys talking about that blustery, cold air. And that just looks terrible. And throughout your region, waking up, really cold, negative 40, widespread. And then it warms up. Your warmest is in the negatives. Negative 10 or more still throughout the daytime. And then nighttime, we do it again. Negative 30 to negative 40 degrees across the upper plains. And that continues to move. You're talking some here, negative 29. Very cold temperatures. Looking more and more likely. And then boom. We do it again for the Chicago regions. It finally warms up a little bit. And then another blast back in the negatives. And then it warms up a little bit. Hey, we're talking about some warmer, and boom. We finally get warm around December 18th. And then another little blast. And then another bit of a blast towards the end. But in the next coming week, we are going to be talking about some very, very cold temperatures for sure. If you guys are across the Northeast, look at that. Very cold temperatures throughout tonight. Okay, very cold temperatures in the 20s. Especially waking up in your morning. You're talking about some of these Great Lakes regions in the negatives for the first time. So take that serious, you guys. Some very serious stuff here. As we keep taking a look through it. Look at that. Temperatures warm up as your daytime high tomorrow. I mean, in the 20s. Very, very chilly. And then tomorrow night, running around 7 p.m. when I'm snowboarding, you guys, you're talking about below 20 degrees. Okay? You're talking about some very, very cold air and very snowy. Interesting stuff here. If you guys are new to the channel, please like, please subscribe. Feel free to add to the channel. If you guys have any questions, feel free. But look at that. Into 1 a.m., we're talking about, if you guys are across the Northeast, single digits to even below in the wind chills. Very cold air. And then, 7 a.m., and then tomorrow, and then Tuesday daytime high. You're not looking too much better. Mostly in the 20s, teens to the northern. It just continues. And then we're talking about, once again, the night time's a little bit warmer now. You're talking about more just in the 20s, kind of averaging out. And then your daytime high finally reaches above 32 in some spots. And then another blast of cold air. And then look at that. Through the next system, you're talking about some very cold air waking up. Some of that western cold. And your daytime high is only reaching into the 20s, you guys. If you guys are lucky. And then night times does it again. I mean, you're talking multiple days below 32. And it does not look better until about the 17th, you guys. And even then, you're barely getting into the 30s. And then that cold air just continues. A little bit more mild air. And then we do it again on the 1 p.m. here. Very interesting pattern. We're going to have to wait and see on how it plays out. Let's take now the European and backwards. Okay. We're talking about generally, let's go into the 0 part here. Now let's go into throughout tonight. This is 18Z. Look at that. Very cold air. Pretty cold. Tomorrow, you do not even get out. If anything, you barely climb up. Okay? You're talking about some very, very cold air. We're going to have to really wait and see on how that continues to show. Also, I would like to do something here too. Let me just add it in here. If you guys are just tuning in, feel free to. I have new members. Thank you, everybody, hitting 17 likes. 17 views on this video here. We currently got 10. I'm still doing this here. Turn that on, but okay. Let me quickly do something here. I'm quickly fixing something right now. So just give me one moment. I don't know why it did not. Okay. We're doing alright. That was earlier. Let's go into the content. Now we're in live right now. I don't know why. Okay, so we are good. Okay. Let me do that. I'm fixing some stuff in the chat here. I don't know why it wouldn't work. Alright, let me do that. We're going to be live for probably another 30 minutes or so. So stay tuned to the channel. We're just taking a look at some of the colder temperatures. This is across your Tuesday, tomorrow, off the European here. Very cold air. Take this with a grain of salt. Okay, let's do that. Let's get into view of the channel. And boom, we still got 10, actually 11. Any questions? Okay, I am back. What are we talking about? We're currently talking about the very cold temperatures, the Arctic outbreak that has just continued to unfold. If you guys are new to the channel, everyone, go like the stream right now. Like the stream, alright? So this is your European temperature forecast. We're currently looking at the Northeast, and then we're going to go backwards into the plains. And then keep looking at some of the latest data and models. We're waiting on the GFS. We're waiting on the icon. We're waiting on some interesting stuff here that I'm really going to like to take a look at. Looking cold into next week. Very, very, very cold. Okay. Wow. Very cold. Alright. We're looking at the Euro. Look at the 18Z. Look at tomorrow's nighttime temps. You're talking about very cold temperatures. Single digits, mostly across the Northeast, even below 0 in spots. And then we do again. You're barely getting out of the 20s. Once again, you're not even getting out of the 20s at this point. And you're kind of stuck there. And it stays like this, you guys, for days. Alright, and then it warms up a little bit, and then that cold air comes back, and you're talking about some very, look at that, ooh. Right towards the end, that just rush of cold air with that low pressure. And then when we take a look at the 12Z, yeah, look at that. Latest run is more aggressive, thanks to that stronger storm. And then boom, you're talking about, once again, not even out of the 20s. A little bit warmer. Northeast stays a little bit colder. Then you get a little bit of a warm push. And then once again, you're stuck. And then boom, you're back to the warm. And then you get back into the cold. Towards the end of the run, take it with a grain of salt. We're still waiting on some data. And I would like to see how that. Alright. So those are the temperatures across the Northeast. Now let's go into the North Central Plains. We're going to do the same thing like we just did. Alright. 0Z. Boom. Right there. We're already talking about cold temperatures. Negative 15 plus. We already know this. But look at this cold air. We already know it's going to be below. Warms up a little bit for your Monday and Tuesday. And then that second shot of very cold air comes in. You're talking about negatives, but you're not talking about crazy. And then that third shot, yeah, you're talking about some very cold. Negative 20 degrees. A little bit warmer, but you're still talking about going into Chicago regions near negative 10. You're talking about the upper west there into the negatives temperatures, and then boom, another shot of cold air, and another. Look at that, that's a big one for December 18th. Count -30, -40 in the northern tier of the United States, and then that just continues. And then it warms up, and then another shot of cold air towards the end of its run. So, hey, what is up? If you have a question, please leave them down below. Don't feel afraid to. That'll be very lovely. Okay. Alright. We should have got some model data now. Just a little bit. Nope. Not on the GFS. Let's look at the icon. What is the system looking like for the icon? Oh. It's a little bit further to the north. Wait. Yeah, it's a little bit further to the northern on the latest icon. Still showing that snowstorm. And then let's go back out into the United States. Look at that. Still talking about a good amount, but it's a little bit farther to north. But it is stronger. It is trending stronger. And then at lake effect and boom. Not the best model to use, but something I like to use if I need to. DR Gem. It's a little farther north on the 0Z here. And then, boom. Some snow and rain. And some wind across the northeast here. Alright, take it with a grain of salt. But something to really watch. Okay? GFS ain't going to be out for a little bit. Some of the other models ain't going to be out for a bit. Okay? But the general thing I want to really rely on is the model data. So I know you guys want me to talk about a little bit of the South and Mid-Atlantic. What is going to go on there? I haven't talked about that snowstorm just yet. Give me a moment. So this is throughout tonight. And so tomorrow you got to swat the snow. Once again, same type of system. Let's get some of your snowfall totals. Hey, so general 2, I would say 3 to 5 inches. Honestly, if you guys are across there, I'm okay. Thanks for asking. Yes. Are you new to the channel? Are you new to the channel? Alright. We're trying to get some conversations here. Let's do that. Let's do... Oh, why did I do that? Live chat. Okay, we doing good. We're doing good here. And then this is the GFS model on the snowfall. European, hey, it's showing a little bit more aggressive now. European likes to show maybe up to 6, even 7 inches in parts of this snowstorm. NAM model, also a bit more aggressive, you guys. 6, 7, 8 inches potentially in some regions here. Okay, out of the latest NAM. This will be for northern North Carolina. This is that latest NAM. It tries to bring some flurries into the Outer Banks. Don't know if that happens. But a good swath of snow. Alright. The HER model likes that snow band. And then that wrap around the secondary low. That's going to be telling. When will it snow in central New Jersey again? Get snow again. So, when we're taking a look at this with the snowfall, we're talking about the next system. Next system could bring a bit of snow. The NAM model likes, it really struggles. It's going to be a little bit, I do believe. Your next central snow, it probably will be in a bit. I don't see any signs of major snow. If anything, you might get some lake effect snow if you're in central New Jersey. I'm not expecting any big snowfall. For the meantime, maybe some very cold temperatures and some windier conditions I am looking at. Your total snowfall out of the HER, take it with a grain of salt, you guys, on courage. But look at some of these mountain regions, maybe a little bit more. I don't think it's going to be 11 inches, but look at that. A good swath of snow for the good part here. And now, speaking of it, they actually upped some of these warnings and watches. They made winter storm warnings now across these northern tiers, you guys. And now they're talking about 3 to 5 inches locally higher. So the snowfall has rised a bit. So if you guys are in this winter storm warning for Virginia, you're talking about now our next winter storm, you guys. Another winter storm where I just circled. Another winter storm. A 3 to 6 inch snowstorm, locally higher amounts. That's impressive. When we take a look at the pivotal weather, okay, I want you guys to take a real good look at this. I want you guys to show the overall observed snowfall of the year, you guys. Pretty crazy. Observed snowfall. Season analyzed. Look at this. You're talking about some good snow. I mean, pretty impressive snow. When we take a look at the regions here. Let's look at North Carolina. Let's look at some of these regions. Pretty interesting. You had at least 2, 3 inches, 4 inches. Some of the mountain regions are already up to about 12 inches here. Lake effect here, pretty interesting. We already had some lake effect snowfall. Let's go get that in that. That's about over 30 inches of snow, almost 3 feet plus. Yep, no problem. We don't get big snowstorms anymore in central PA. Yes, I know, right? Been a while. Give me 1 second. Been a while. Subscribe. That one that I will let you know. I will let you know. Subscribe. It helps to get out more people engaged with the weather. Alright? Alright, you guys. We are at 8 likes. Let's get out to 10 likes, everybody. Let's do it. Wow. I know, there's no more snow anymore. I agree with you. Pretty crazy right here. Concurring viewers, 9 likes. Little peek there. Alright. How is everybody doing? What are you guys doing right now? Oh my. How are we doing? How are we doing? Okay. Alright, so that's your analyzed snowfall totals of the year so far. Pretty interesting, right? Let's go out into the upper west here. Also some very good snow. If you guys are in Chicago, you guys had some good snow there. We're going to add a little bit more snow there. Let's go back into these regions here. That's the European. We already looked at her. So, very interesting stuff right there, alright? There's a lot to still talk about. But I will be ending the stream in a few minutes, you guys, I think. If you guys are new to the channel, please like, please subscribe. We've been live for about an hour now. I do have some things to do. I have to get ready for tomorrow and get ready for tonight. So thank you for watching both of it. Honestly, I don't know why we are not getting snow anymore down in the west. I really don't. I wish we do, but we haven't. All right? It's been a while, I know. The drought is continuing. We're hoping to break that soon. I'm really hoping. Okay? Just give me a second. One moment. If you guys are just tuning in here, how's everybody doing? How is everybody doing? What else do you guys want me to look at? Give me a little bit. I know I wanted to look at this, the CFS model. That's a very interesting model. I want to see the latest. Actually, I just became new to the channel 2 months ago. Nice. Nice to hear that. Nice to see you. Thank you. Yes. We're still live. All right. Let's look at the latest CFS 12Z. I'm interested. Look at that. The long range CFS, we got a little bit of a snow event there. Alright, something to really watch out for. And then we kind of see the ending view here of another storm and a little bit of a nor'easter inland and a little bit warmer on the CFS.